Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Your chest is squeezing. Stompity stomp. The forest smells so strong and fresh. These steel legs were made for walking. Hot metal hurts a lot. There's a place and time for everything, but for that Citiscenario, it's already come and gone. Pace yourself. That made it all worth it. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Flying fists. Put an end to it. Clear the way. Spring out. Let's see. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. That muscle, go grab the bar and start squeezing those muscles. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. Makes you look smarter. Flattering. Daytime means the clock to nighttime is ticking. Up for grabs. That's another shopperia. They just couldn't get enough of these places back in the days gone. Goodbye. Itchy trigger finger.
between the eyes.
Keep hold of that. The oil claimed this land a long time ago. It's a brand new day. Happy you're no longer so shy. Good to have you working to help out. Now you get it. Every bit of your gear is soaked. Legs were... Let's see. The world needs saving. Make the most of the day. Those are the kind of things you need. Says they've been waiting for you to help them liberate the outpost. They've scouted the outpost while they were waiting and suggests you have a look at what they found before entering. Says scouts spotted a moth nest close to the outpost. If you destroy that, the moths should infest the place, looking for a new home. That's the idea. If everything works out as planned, the moths should cause a buzzing tumult. Just get to it and destroy it. The deep cut. Shouldn't take much more. Might not need that now, but you will later. Take a good look around you. Nice work. No more moth's nest. There go the moths toward the outpost. They're good and mad. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Wild headgear. He says you did a great job capturing the rival's second outpost. You've earned the privilege of wearing the tribe's colors. Believes you'll make them all proud, too. Believes the rot at the trunk of the Tree of Life has changed everything, even style. Most just dress in whatever rags they can find. Their pal Juju, though, makes clothes that'd make anyone look fabulous. Says there's no way you can miss him if you see him. Thinks that art like Juju's is even more vital when the world is winding down. You really could use some of that yourself. No reason to stalk the earth in ugly duds. Promises you won't be disappointed. Says you'll get a special price and a wrap-up on the double. Says you'll see each other later. Well spent. Peddler. A deal to be proud of. There's a monolith right there. Keep your eyes out for Nono. Check out that shopperia over there. Wonder what they used to sell. Used up all your key energy. Nice shot. Cutting edge. Blasting him. Every day is a new There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and... You got it dialed in. See where that light leads? Oh, e-waste. Hard to find. Found a motor juice stick. This area is blazing hot. You'd better have something that'll keep you cool if you're going in. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. Right where it cuts. Just follow that beam over to the scribble stone. Can't miss it. Oh, check out the scribble stone there. Wonder what's behind it. Glitter grass. Smells like a nono nest, doesn't it? The energy is too low. put that to good use. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. You seem better. Sharp steel. The Bullybul glade is beautiful. Watch out for Jumble.
Palani? Okakala.
He'd heard about you blending your way into the world, but he'd feared you might stew in your own juices instead.
Mena. Si dilapokani.
Tells you to ask anyone and know that if they say yes, they're good, honest souls.
Wilatu. Mumfi. Monatida.
He wonders what you're going to do now that you've grown so tough and strong. Will you feed the world or watch it starve?
Bo. Miwa dilapoka.
You smell fresh and ready, like the kind of person who values nutrition and how it gives you life.
Bo. Wilikano tayabawa.
He tells you that you are what you drink. So if you want to be good, drink wholesome. Otherwise, the junk will hollow you out inside.
Delanina. Wilikano tayabawa. Delakukanina.
Thinks life is full of all sorts of ingredients. It's up to you what to put into your blender and your body. And if you are what you drink, what happens to you when you choose different things?
Bo.
Agrees that it does, but then you change the world too, right?
Mena.
Thinks it's amazing how the world is coming back to life. So many fresh things to drink.
Basu. Palani.
Says he's impressed with how hard you've tried to make things decent and tasty again.
Miwa dilapoka. Tu. Aka.
Thinks it's awesome you joined the Myriad. They're always careful about the things they put in their bodies. Nothing but leaves and light. Says they're like plants. They soak up the sun and turn it into energy.
Nebanadi.
Thinks you should get your convo cooking.
Monatida panina ulane.
He's curious if you've ever had soup tastier than life itself. If not, you've come to the right place. He's widely known for his jumble juice.
Wilatu. Aka. Panina ulane.
His thoughts are like his juice, all jumbled up in his mind. Those who claim to know him even call him Jumble. Can you believe it?
Basu.
He needs more customers to claim that they know him. He promises to look after you if you look out for something for him.
Tu. Palani.
Says it's a bit of everything, but also something particular.
Basu.
Jumble wants you to keep your eyes peeled for a band of color that brightens with the sun after it rains.
Basu. Bo. Nimatolaki.
He's on the hunt for a concentrate of that prismatic refraction of sunlight forming in tasty droplets of rain in the sky.
Basu.
Find the concentrate he's looking for where the color hits the ground. Bring it back, and he'll mix a jumble juice to share.
Bo.
Promises that you've never had anything like it. Come to think of it, no one else has either. The bright color arch is riding high. Follow it to the end. Every day comes with a new chance to save the world. Check out that rubber scrap. Urfidurf outpost. The Jagni tribe claimed this forever. That's not too bad. Let's see. There's the tyrant who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his tribe to lose, as they're the ones that are ruthless. But now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. Needs a logical reason for him to surrender the outpost without a fight. Strong arming won't work. You'll have to fight for it. It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost, and believes the rival is weak enough to engage them at their fort. They all hope you can lead them to peace. Let's see. This thing has a mind of its own. This place is S-Mart, home of a notorious thingamajig-broke. Let's see. Asks you to check out the web. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous. You found Bionucleus 8C. These towers are one of the main reasons the old world went under. That's for someone a little bit more advanced. Great view from up here. Not going to happen with your key energy level. Boom. Looks much better. That's a jumbo pup with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world. Jumbo Puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. Bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. Wow, what a super-sized worm whip. That must be as big as they come. You see, it's what's on the inside that counts. The torus is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do. Better pumped out than flushed down. Don't let it happen again. Guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Can it really get any better than that? He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. You're good-hearted enough, so you'll have no problem getting him to share the information with you. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. Good righty beast. No hurty. That's an intact plant hut over there. Wonder what's growing in it. That's a mind monitor from the days gone. A device that blip-screened smart matter. Wouldn't be surprised if it still works. Looks like the inputters need to be linked to get the mind monitor to boot up. It's mind over matter, software over hardware. Success is peace of mind. Go on, catch it.
Why, not dark.
Gizmo will always make time for you. The Jumbo Puff tried to squish you, but no go. Glad you... Every route... Gizmo... Feeling buff. What odd things can happen to you? They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem. Let's see. They've been waiting for you. Taking control of this fort will bring peace between your tribes. The scouts have reported activity nearby that's worth looking into before you enter the fort. They've positioned a storm tower near the fort that you'll use to get over the wall. However, you need to prop up its wheelhouse first to stabilize the situation. Says you don't have to knock to get inside. Could this thing steer itself? You don't have the key energy for that. Great shot. Proton. Who can stand against that? Itchy trigger finger. Oh, you get used to the beastly smell, I hear. It's time to set the rival tribe free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to their Sifu. You need to unite the tribes and save the Tree of Life to truly become free. That's a fire starter. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. You're absolutely drained. What a blow! Right in the face. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it. That's a pyro sizzler right there. Just get to work on it. Make it frizzle. Nice crackle. The battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers. The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. He didn't expect it would go down this way. It'll be hard to talk your way out of a fight. He's not sure if you're likable enough to just give up the fort without a fight. He realizes a peaceful end would be best. He'll entrust the fort to you. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but suggests you be merciful. Do good, and good will follow you. Thinks it's a good gesture to offer support to others when you can see that they need it. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Your Sifu is pleased. You're one step closer to uniting the tribes. It's a pity you needed to use force to get the point across.
What?
But he's still concerned about the fate of the world. You can't lose this war. If you get the ending wrong, the effort it took to get there was in vain. A proper ending, however, provides closure.
What?
He says you've grown so much stronger than when you first met. You know better than anyone that the fate of the world is still at stake. You need a world where everyone is guided only by their conscience. The fate of the world depends on the triumph of good. The tree of life still stands, and it's up to you to make sure it does so to the end. It's the Jagni staff. Take a moment to absorb the day. It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat-eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The gnat is done for unless you intervene. Blasting him to bits. The night feels dangerous and exciting. This place is called Spurftop. The fur dresser named Prim. Let's see. He seems glad you're developing your own fur style. Can't be shy about who you are when the world's about to end. Says the world's broken. Not sure if it can be fixed, but it's going to be a bouncy ride either way. Says you've blazed a path to a place where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. So, which way will it be? He can see you have a steadfast heart. You know the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, like he does with his clippers.
Kala chika.
Trim
Kila tu. Pavuli talana nina. So
wonders if you ever think about your place in the world, whether you wear your fur short or long. It's about how well your insides match your outsides, right?
ila move. Shimubata?
Right. It makes you feel more like yourself, whoever that is.
Shimubata? Pashani no.
Figures we might have more styles in our futures. The world still has some good time left in it.
Tibare silnika.
Knows you've been working to make things better.
Shimara tepu gila.
Says it's good you're working with the Myriad tribe. As crazy as the world is now, he confesses that tribes with more fur are more his style.
Kisha lila bola.
Likes how they sit still for their fur dressing.
Shifa de luda.
Thinks you're more important than whoever you're working with, though. You're the one who gets things done.
Shimubata? Shimamum. Sikala libu debara.
Says visitors been far and a few. No one seems to prioritize a hair cute these days. It's barbarism at its worst.
Tisema pula.
He thinks everybody seems occupied with the fact the world's going under.
Suba malambi rakakti. Kude na balada.
He presents himself as Trim. Says he'll take care of you and that hairstrosity.
Pavuli talana nina.
Tells you to ask any of his happy custom furs, even though he realizes they won't be easy to find.
Mali tukade.
He's got one little problem. His clipper fingers have rusted due to the contamination, and without them, his whole existence is hanging by a hair.
Pivura tinada kala. Shimara tepu gila.
His friend Juju should have a pair of clipper fingers to spare, as he's mostly on the zigzagger nowadays. Maybe you could snag it from him.
Pivura tinada kala. Oh, bolada pina.
He doesn't know who gave you your Frankencut, but he'll upstyle it and give you a #1 pop mop in no time. Just fetch him the clipper fingers.
Mufu papa.
Figures he can make your fur as delightful as your tongue.
Light instantly vanishes dark.
How much light do you really need?
All the light, all of it.
I mean, you could leave a little space for the dark.
All the light.
Hey, nice shot. Bang, bang. You just line up the gears on that lock, and it should spring open. Just a few moves. That's a colorful find. Wow, lucky. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is. This is called suburbia, a place to get away from the city stink. Jumble cannot thank you enough. Nothing is as great as a surprise after the rain. He thought he was ready to make you the Jumble juice, but his supply of fill-up glasses has become a bottleneck. Without it, he has nothing to put the juice in. Get him a fill-up glass, and he'll start mixing the juice in the meantime. He'll have it ready for you when you come back. That kind of glass shouldn't be too hard to find. You should be able to find one drifting about on the surf. You're helping him do the world a kindness it won't soon forget.
The light shines on.
Better isn't the word I would use.
Right, not better. Best.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst. But just the best.
Jumble's happy you're here. So grateful that you're building things up instead of knocking them down. Says they're glad you're with them. Understands you have things to do. Jumble's happy you're here. Hopes. Sometimes your mind creates an illusion where it's possible to go back in time to relive a moment in your life. We all have things in our past we wish hadn't happened, and can come to remember seeing and doing things that never happened. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. Choose the automaton functionality you want to recall. You weren't supposed to know how to start the automaton pew-pew pang, but clearly you figured that out way back then. Like walking down a trail. You're such a luckster. A moon could make this a hunter's night. Jumble says that now he's got a fill-up glass, he's willing to part with a splash of his incredibly invigorating jumble juice.
Mina.
Jumble says he's got other interests than sunshine after rain. He's gathered quite a mix of curiosa over the years. The problem is, it's weighing him down now that he's shifted his focus to the sky. He'd be happy to part with some of it. He's been hauling around this stuff for too long anyways. Says it's whether the weather weathers well that worries him most. Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day. Says talking... Jumble says seeing... Came out on top. Ooh. That hurt him. Cut that one in half. A monolith like that means the potato people aren't far away. You got it dialed in. See where that light leads? Supposedly, mounts like that can smell fear. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. There's a lot on the line here. wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Let's see. Beefed up. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. When a story comes to you, pay attention.
Coibe o corfabe ma perna.
Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility.
Coibe o corfabe ko tuvon ko convuncono.
He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. It's important to stay grounded. You share the same fate as the tree. Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end.
Jevofo lollan ofo. Setuatan pop kila.
He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark, in the event of a cataclysm.
Setuatan pop kila. Jevofo lollan ofo.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Jovotulua.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast.
Valu alu herua. Empaso tompupu bukoye.
Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop.
Toledrea ya maoloa. Momombusu?
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled.
Tuloya. Voto lulla.
Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Kutuvun poputue. Ilvov ugvuhu. Vobra boom.
He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Valu alu herua. Tuloya. Voto lulla.
Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Jevofo lollan ofo.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Tuluaba volua.
Understands you have other places you need to go.